think this is going to be a new thing that I do every Monday and every Wednesday. So tap the screen and subscribe, and maybe I'll start going live and doing some songs, some covers and stuff. I might do one right now, but it's been a minute. Have y'all ever watched The Punisher? I can hear what you're thinking, all your doubts and fears. And if you look in my eyes, in time you'll find the reason I'm here. And in time all things shall pass away. In time you may come back someday. To live once more, to die once more. But in time, your time will be no more. You know your days are outnumbered. They count one by one, like notches in the handle of an outlaw's gun. You can outrun the devil if you try, but you will never outrun the hands of time. And in time there'll surely come a day, and in time all things shall pass away. In time you may come back, some say, to live once more, to die once more. But in time, your time, oh shit, will be no more. Hear what you're thinking, all your doubts and fears. And if you look in my eyes, in time you'll find the reason I'm here. And in time all things shall pass away. In time you may come back someday. To live, ooh, to live once more, or to die once more. But in time, your time will be no more. Forget that song. have a way better way of going live. It's just y'all wouldn't be seeing my picture. This thing's a fucking jammer. Ooh. It's just really comfortable to play, to be honest. Really is. Thank you, Unique. Thanks, everybody. Of a beller. I like it. It's nice. Got projection. It's nice. Another thing I just noticed that nobody in their videos that I've watched on this guitar has brought it up. If you look at this. Look at the size, how thick that fretboard is. Like all the way, man. It's just, look at how thick that fretboard is. So even if you wear down the frets on this guitar, which I watched a video where a guy, he has one of these, and he gigs like 6 times a week with this guitar, and he's wore his frets down pretty good. He plays like 2 or 3 or 4 hour gigs at a time. I don't even know what this guy is talking about, man. Oh, man. But yeah, this is a badass guitar. I'm happy I bought it. Actually, I wasn't gonna get it originally. I wanted the 1942 Banner. Uh, I'll show you. I'll show you all what this other one that I really wanted looks like. This is a Epiphone 1942 Banner. This is the one that I originally got, but I couldn't get approved for the 18 payments. This is the one that I originally wanted. It looks the same, except for it doesn't have the big ass pick guard on it, which I seen a lot of people complaining about that pick guard, saying that it's way too thick and it's too big. But this one has came with a case like that, inspired by Gibson, custom. It's an Epiphone custom, and it even had the diamonds. If you look, that's how you know it's a Epiphone custom. Everyone will have the diamonds on the back, but check this out, guys. That has the original Gibson open book headstock. This one doesn't have it. But you know, I couldn't get approved for it for some reason. I don't understand why. I've gotten thousands of dollars worth of shit from them. So I don't understand why I couldn't get approved for it. But it's whatever. I'm happy with this one. This one's good for now. Up until I can afford an actual real Epiphone, or a real Gibson J45. I've always wanted one. I've never actually owned a sloped shoulder guitar. I've never owned one. I've always had dreadnoughts. Like, I've had Martins. I had a D10E. If anybody has one of those, man, stay the hell away from them, because they're all solid wood. But like this guitar, the only reason why I'm happy with it and why I got it is because it's all solid wood. But you see the top, it at least has some type of protection on it. Because what happened with my Martin D10E, I had a Martin D10E. I sold it. I think, Jesus, I got rid of that guitar. But what happened is, you see this thing? Fuck. It says 43% humidity. I don't know how the fuck to get it to... But anyways, it shows 44% humidity. I couldn't get that guitar, the Martin that I had, to... It would just dry out because there was no protection on the wood. And I don't think that's a problem with this one, because it's 80 degrees out here. It's 82 in my room. 82 degrees out, and this was on a FedEx truck for like 2 days. So I put this inside of the sound hole of that guitar, and it read 47%. But hold on. The guitar tech from AMS sent one of these bad boys with it. What this is this is very important, guys. If you own a solid wood guitar, this is very important. You take this sponge right here and you soak it with water. See this part? It has a little screen and shit on it, and there's little holes and shit. This is so that your guitar doesn't dry out in the case and whatnot. You don't have to worry about this with laminated or high pressure laminated. Like, I actually owned quite a few Martins that were high pressure laminate, and they were great guitars actually. I mean, for the money, you can't go wrong with them. They're high pressure laminate. They don't look the greatest. They look, I mean, like if you've ever seen like mahogany, they look like that. They're all grainy and shit. There's nothing too pretty about them, but they do have, I believe, solid tops. It's just the sides, the neck. The neck is high pressure laminate. The back and sides, I'm pretty sure they're high pressure laminate. Anymore, this is a problem with even the Mexican Martins. They're not putting any finish on the tops or the back or the sides of guitars because it costs too much money and time and work extra to do it. That's how they're able to build guitars in Mexico and still only charge a cheap price. Like the D10, they're not really that cheap, man. They're really not. They're over $1,000. I had one. I had to sell it because it was just a piece of shit. I couldn't get it to set up right. Right here, with a soft case, which I sold the soft case with my other guitar. Would you look at that? They're trying to sell these guitars so bad. This is a Martin D10E. I had one of these puppies. Free instrument cable. Oh, my dear Lord. That's how bad they're trying to sell these. These guitars are so... I took it... I had it set up by a guy locally, that's local here to me. He set it up like once or twice. I set it up like 3 or 4 times myself. I couldn't get it to play right. I couldn't get it... This thing would just go all over the place with humidity. Because there's no... On the top of it... On the top of this guitar, there's no finish. So, what happens is, because there's no finish on this, it gets all dried out. Right here starts bellying. Especially in here. Here's where I had my issue. I had a couple of frets that started to sprout up in these higher areas, which it didn't, you don't play up there anyway, so I could have sanded them down, but still it was causing buzzing because it was buzzing down here. And that's how I figured out that the humidity and shit was all fucked up with that guitar. But I mean, this is all solid wood. That's mahogany. But there's no finish on it, so it gets all dried and... So I think that that these things right here should be sent with every solid wood guitar that you buy. Like, I don't think these guitars, the one that I just got, is supposed to come with one of these. I believe that my guitar tech from the company, American Musical, threw it in there because I had been bitching about the Martin D10 that I had bought from them. And you just put it in your sewing hole, just like that. And then you put it in your case. You put it in your case and you leave it alone. Then when you come back, this thing will read. That will read 50%. But I see there's 4 people in here. Tap the screen. got this brand new battery for nothing. Because I didn't need it. It already came with one in it. Which is crazy. What is everybody up to with their day today? Tap that screen. Is anybody in here? Comment. I'm just, I unboxed that guitar, so I played a little bit, and now I'm just chillaxing. This is a very well-built guitar, I will say that. It's got that low end like a Gibson. I like the binding. The binding is beautiful too. The binding is beautiful too. It's white. No, the 1942 banner that I was gonna get, that has a real herringbone. And I like these tuners just because it gives it that vintage vibe. But also, these tuners feel great. Like, they're very tight tuners. Where were you when I started this thing? Shit. God damn it. Where are you when it started was still? Are we still real here? Just start again. Well, I wonder what it's like to be a rainmaker. I wonder what it's like to know I made the rain. I store it in a little box here with little yellow tags on every one. And you can come and see when I'm done. I believe I'm supposed to use a capo. Straight up, what did you hope to learn about here? If I was someone else, would this all fall apart? Strange, where were you when he started this kid? I wish the real world would stop asking me to you and me. Straight up, what did you hope to learn about here? If I was someone else, would this all fall apart? Strange, where were you when we started this kid? I wish the real world would just stop hassling me. Wish the real world would just stop hassling me. Yeah, I believe I'm supposed to be using a capo. I always liked that Rob Thomas song. I've always liked that. Another thing I noticed about this guitar is how thick that bridge is. Like, look how thick that shit is. I think that's one of the thickest bridges I've ever seen. One of them. I don't know if that's rosewood, but it's definitely not what Martin uses. Martin uses it's called Richlite, just like this, the fretboard. I don't know what kind of wood that is. It could even be rosewood. I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna look it up. Go down here to specifications. Neck. Oh, the fingerboard is it's actually Indian Laurel. So I'm assuming that, yeah, it says the bridge is Indian Laurel too. I'm about to plug this bitch in. Shit. It's not gonna recognize that I have my box. Wish that we could stop us. I would say it sounds good plugged in. This pickup is different. I thought it was going to be like the one that I had in my Martin. I forget what the hell that's called. I thought it was the Fishman Sonotune or some shit. It's not. This is totally different. The one that was in my Martin D10 it had a tuner in it. This don't. This one sounds so much better like but yeah, it doesn't. It has a different type of pickup. But my other one that was in my Martin, that wouldn't pick up these strings. Wouldn't pick up the higher strings. So I was playing and it would just pick up this, not this. I wouldn't pick up the high strings.